All right, let's dive in. Today we're tackling a question that's probably crossed everyone's mind at some point. Why does the world exist? What's it all about, really?
Such a big question.
Yeah. And you sent us this fascinating conversation between Genri and Lalo from the Escuela de Conocimiento, Luz and Movimiento de Unidad.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Right. It's a mouthful in English, too. It means the school of knowledge, light in motion of unity.
The name itself is pretty thought-provoking.
I know. Anyway, Genri and Lalo explore 11 different perspectives on how the universe came to be. Physics, philosophy, spirituality, they cover it all.
So like a full spectrum of ideas.
Exactly. And they do it in such a casual, approachable way. You feel like you're just sitting with them, chatting over coffee.
That's great. Makes these big topics less intimidating.
Totally. So Genri kicks things off by presenting these 11 perspectives. He's clear he's not picking a favorite right away, just exploring the possibilities. And the first one they dig into is the idea that the universe is basically one giant experiment in evolution.
Like a cosmic laboratory.
Yeah. Constantly testing, evolving, seeing what works.
And with each step, life becomes more complex, more conscious.
Right, like it's building towards something. Maybe even self-awareness on a cosmic scale, eventually.
Whoa. Okay, that's a big idea.
I know. Gives me chills just thinking about it. Makes you wonder about our role in this grand experiment, right? What are we doing here?
Yeah, what does it mean to be these tiny conscious beings in this ever-evolving universe?
Big questions. Okay, let's move on to perspective number 2, a classic. Creation as an act of love.
This is one that resonates across so many cultures and religions.
Right. It suggests that the world was created by a higher power, a divine being out of pure love.
And within that creation, each being has the potential to connect back to that divine source.
It's like a yearning for meaning and purpose.
Definitely. A search for where we came from, a sense of belonging.
Okay, now this next one gets really interesting. It's the idea of the universe's need for self-knowledge.
Self-knowledge. Okay, I'm curious.
So picture the universe as this vast consciousness trying to understand itself. And what better way than by creating a world full of diverse life, each reflecting a different part of that consciousness?
I see. It's like the universe looking in a mirror.
Exactly. Each being, each experience is a way for the universe to learn about its own nature.
Wow, that's kind of mind-blowing. And Lalo adds something really interesting here, right?
He says that maybe humans, by giving meaning to things, are actually creating their own individual universes, each one a unique expression of that larger consciousness.
So we're not just reflecting the universe, we're actively shaping it.
It makes you wonder what's real if we're all creating our own versions of reality.
Big questions about the nature of reality.
All right, let's move on to perspective number 4. This one blends physics and philosophy. It's the idea of the cosmos as a giant balancing act, striving for harmony.
Okay, like a cosmic dance.
Exactly. It's all about the interplay of opposing forces. Creation and destruction, light and darkness, order and chaos.
A cosmic yin and yang.
I like that. And Lalo makes an interesting point about how this state of hidden or limited knowledge keeps us in a state of mystery, which then fuels our curiosity to learn and explore.
So like the universe is deliberately withholding the full picture to make us search for it.
It's like the journey is just as important as the destination.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now get ready for this one. Perspective number 5 comes from Eastern philosophies and suggests that existence is a cosmic game.
A game. Really?
No goals, no winners or losers, just pure, unadulterated play.
Okay, that's a fun way to look at it.
Right, just the joy of existing, expressing creative energy. But of course, Lalo, ever the skeptic, chimes in with, what if the universe is programmed and we're in a simulation?
He's got to throw that out there.
I know, right? It's like he can't resist. But even if it is a simulation, it doesn't take away from the beauty and wonder. It just adds another layer of mystery. Okay, let's take a breath. The next perspective is a bit more straightforward. The realization of potentialities. Think of the universe as a seed containing infinite possibilities. And the point of existence is for that seed to unfold, for all those possibilities to blossom.
So it's about the universe reaching its full potential, but also about each individual being doing the same.
Yes, we all have a role to play in this grand unfolding.
That's pretty inspiring. Like, what unique potential do I carry, and how can I bring that to life?
Exactly. Shifting the focus from why to how. And that leads us to perspective number 7, which comes from a more spiritual angle, the universe as a school of learning.
Oh, interesting. Like, we're here to learn specific lessons.
Yeah. It's like we're all students in this cosmic classroom, going through different experiences, learning about ourselves, each other, the nature of reality.
Stumbling, falling, getting back up.
And through it all, our souls are evolving, becoming more whole and complete.
Beautiful. The goal isn't necessarily to graduate, but to keep learning, keep growing.
And maybe eventually we return to our origin, carrying the wisdom we've gained.
Wow, that's a powerful image. Like a cyclical journey of learning and growth.
All right, we're getting close to the end here. Perspective number 8 focuses on the search for connection and unity.
Despite all the diversity and separation we see in the world.
Exactly. This perspective suggests that our ultimate purpose is to recognize our shared unity, to remember that we're all connected at a fundamental level.
So diversity isn't meant to divide us, but to enrich our understanding of that unity.
Right, like each piece of a mosaic contributing to the overall beauty. And it's through our interactions with others that we start to glimpse that underlying unity.
It's about moving beyond the illusion of separation.
Okay, time for a shift in gears. Perspective number 9 comes from a more scientific perspective. It's the manifestation of order and complexity.
So the universe is a natural result of physical laws.
Exactly. No grand design, just the inherent properties of matter and energy creating increasingly complex structures, like a self-organizing system.
And of course, Lalo has to jump in. He argues that if scientists were more organized in their thinking, they could unlock all the secrets of the universe.
He loves to poke fun at the scientific community. But he has a point. Sometimes a little more order and clarity can help us see the bigger picture.
Okay, 2 more to go. Perspective number 10, the cosmos as a manifestation of consciousness. This one gets pretty mind-bending.
It kind of flips the script on how we usually think about consciousness. It suggests that consciousness isn't a product of the material world, but the fundamental ground of being.
So the universe I is consciousness.
Exactly. Everything we perceive as matter is actually a projection of this underlying consciousness.
Okay, I need a minute to process that. And how does Lalo respond to this one?
Well, he asks how a loving universe would result in so much variety and separation. Like, if we're all expressions of the same consciousness, why aren't we just one big, happy blob?
Yeah, good question. It brings us to the final perspective. Existence as a process of continuous creation.
This one sees the universe as constantly in flux, with no beginning or end, just a perpetual cycle of generation, transformation, and renewal.
Like a never-ending dance.
And Lalo, of course, challenges this, questioning the idea of evolution based on a single, unchanging God. He even suggests that maybe we are God, experiencing ourselves through this tapestry of life.
There he goes again, pushing those boundaries.
I know. But that's what makes their conversations so fascinating. They're not afraid to explore these big questions, even if they don't have all the answers.
And that's the beauty of philosophy, right? It's about the inquiry, the journey of exploration.
Opening our minds to new possibilities, challenging our beliefs. It's like we're all on this grand adventure of discovery together.
And this is just the beginning.
Exactly. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve even deeper into these perspectives and see where Genri and Lalo's conversation leads us.
Back again for more on why the world exists.
Still trying to wrap our heads around it all. 11 different perspectives so far.
Yeah. From the universe as an experiment, to a giant mirror, even a cosmic game.
And let's not forget Lalo, our resident skeptic, always adding another layer of what if.
Right. Makes you think twice about everything.
Absolutely. But there's one more perspective we need to cover before we jump into Genri and Lalo's conclusions. Remember how they mention Jesus of Nazareth and the teachings in A Course in Miracles?
Yeah. About the world being a result of a thought of separation from God?
Exactly. And that this separation is ultimately an illusion, a kind of game we chose to play.
Whoa. Okay, that's a heavy concept. And you know, it ties in with some of the other perspectives, right? Like the universe as a manifestation of consciousness.
Right. If consciousness is fundamental, then maybe our thoughts really shape reality. If we believe in separation, that's what we experience. But if we focus on unity, maybe we can shift things towards something more harmonious.
It's like our inner world shaping the outer world.
Totally. And it connects to the idea of the universe as a school of learning, too.
Yeah. Maybe the lesson is about recognizing that unity, transcending the illusion of separation.
And realizing that even though we feel like individuals, we're all part of the same source. One big cosmic family.
It's a nice way to think about it.
Now, Genri and Lalo do offer some concluding thoughts. Lalo emphasizes going beyond our usual ways of thinking if we want to understand true unity and love.
He thinks our minds are too limited.
Yeah, constrained by our beliefs and experiences. He's calling for a more expansive awareness, challenging assumptions, seeing the world in a whole new light.
Makes sense. And what about Genri? What are his takeaways?
Well, it seems his experience channeling Jesus solidified his belief in the illusory nature of separation. He even suggests that true unity is pure bliss, not boring at all.
That's interesting. We often fear losing our individuality in unity, but what if it's actually the opposite? What if it allows us to experience it more fully?
Right, like each instrument in an orchestra, each one unique, but together they create harmony.
Beautiful analogy.
So we've explored all these different perspectives, no easy answers, but a whole world of possibilities has opened up.
And Lalo's skepticism keeps us on our toes, reminding us to question everything.
That curiosity is key to growth, isn't it? Embracing the mystery, letting go of the need for absolute certainty.
And maybe in that letting go, we stumble upon some profound truths. Or, like Lalo says, maybe we realize we're already part of the answer.
It's a lot to ponder. But before we move on, I have a question for our listeners. If, as Genri and Lalo suggest, our thoughts and desires help shape the world, what kind of world do you want to create? What thoughts and actions will contribute to that reality? It's a question worth thinking about.
It is. And we'll be back in part 3 to delve into those possibilities, offering some tools to put these ideas into action.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into the question, why does the world exist?
So many ideas, so many perspectives. It's hard to wrap your head around it all.
I know. But throughout our conversation, there's been this one recurring theme that keeps popping up. Consciousness.
It does seem to be at the heart of it all, doesn't it?
Whether it's the universe as a self-organizing system or a manifestation of love or even that giant mirror analogy.
It all comes back to consciousness playing some fundamental role.
It really changes how we see ourselves in this vast universe, right? We're not just insignificant specks floating around.
Like we're actually participating in the fabric of reality itself.
Exactly. Our thoughts, our intentions, our actions, they all contribute.
Which is a powerful idea.
Yeah.
But also kind of daunting, right? Like, wow, we have a responsibility here.
Definitely. If we're all co-creating reality, we better be mindful of what we're putting out there.
It's like we're all artists contributing to this massive cosmic painting.
And what kind of world do we want to create? What colors will we choose?
It starts with looking inward, examining our own beliefs and choices. Are they serving us? Are they aligned with the world we envision?
Lalo's skepticism was so valuable, constantly reminding us to question everything.
That curiosity, that willingness to challenge assumptions is crucial for growth.
It's about embracing the unknown, letting go of the need for certainty.
And maybe in that surrender, we find the most profound truths.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave everyone with some practical tools, ways to put these ideas into action. First, cultivate awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, the stories you tell yourself.
Are they helpful? Are they creating the world you want? If not, challenge them, look for new perspectives.
Second, practice compassion. Be kind to yourself and others. We're all in this together, learning as we go.
And find ways to connect with something larger than yourself. Nature, art, music, spirituality, whatever resonates with you.
It's a reminder that we're part of something bigger, something magnificent.
And most importantly, remember that you have a choice.
To focus on fear and separation, or to embrace love and unity.
It's your choice. Every choice you make shapes the world around you.
And that's it for our deep dive into why the world exists. Hopefully it sparked some curiosity, some new ways of thinking about ourselves and our place in the universe.
Keep questioning, keep exploring. The journey of discovery never ends.
And keep creating the world you want to live in. Thanks for joining us.